Hello guys, we are happy to announce that from this moment, actually yesterday already, you can finally order rackets from our webpage. We get a lot of questions about our rackets and what's the difference and whatever you can imagine. So basically, we do have two models. They are the same color, but we have the Tasty Gold, which is the original model since day one, since we started 3 years ago to make our very first racket and found the perfect combination. So this is the Tasty Gold racket with 3K carbon, and then the foam inside is basically black soft Eva. We call it the gold model, but of course it comes in the original gold color as well.
Well, we offer the variation of a chameleon style color,
Yeah.
but the racket is this one.
Yes, so you can find these two colors on the webpage. Then yours is...
Mine originally was ruby, which
Yes.
is red, but we don't have it here in this moment. But we have, if you order it online, you can get it. But we also did a chameleon variation of it. So even though these two rackets look the same, what they have inside and the way they were produced is not the same racket. There are many similarities. For example, we should maybe start with the similarities, is that they both have the same mold.
Yes.
Which is without the bridge. We don't like the bridge. Mainly because the sweet spot is bigger. Also, we are able to use more foam because we don't have a hole here. And there was one clown commenting that we don't do the bridge because it's cheaper to make. The guy is clueless about that comment. And if it was cheaper, it wouldn't be a problem for us. Yeah, like fine. Yeah, it's smart actually. But that's not the reason. That's not the reason. The reason is we don't like the bridge. I'm someone that plays with the hands here, and I appreciate not having anything here that, doesn't give me enough room to play or to place my hands there. So that's just one reason. There are many others, but we like the mold like this.
Yes. Then the other similarity is that your racket, your ruby, is also 3K carbon from the surface. So
Yes.
Actually the racket will look exactly the same from the surface.
You can see it's the same.
And we don't paint the middle of the racket, so you can actually see the original carbon.
So the surface is the same. The amount, the pattern for holes is the same, 60
Yes.
holes, yes. And then the carbon we are using is the same. Also, the protector, which is Kevlar,
Yes, it's
is the same. So what is the difference? Well, normally the biggest variation on a racket will be on the carbons you use and on the foam that you use. And that's where we are different.
Yes.
She has, and well, what about you? Tell them what you have.
I told them when you were there. So I have black Eva soft foam inside my racket, and this is the most popular model we have. So this is very, very forgiving, very easy to play, gives enough power, but a lot of control as well.
It's a racket that is, I would say, we made a combination that is extremely easy to adapt to it. The racket is very balanced, and then of course it has nice control, enough power. But I think the best thing and why it's the most popular racket we have is because it feels so nice. I mean, people,
it's like a glove in your
people
hand.
describe it like if you have a glove in your hand. Yeah, like it feels effortless. Yeah. Why I have a different model? Well, because I sometimes play against players that are active, competing, and the ball comes extremely fast and heavy. And what happens to me when I play with this beauty is that in those kind of games, or when I play with players like that,
yeah, we are talking about top level players.
Well, they are players that are top 150, 200 in the world. So then their ball is coming very fast and heavy many times, for example, from a bajada or from a víbora, or when they transition with the volley to take the net or to crash the net, the ball comes very heavy. And for me, that's when this racket it's a little bit. I was looking for something a little bit stiffer, something that will not hold the ball for that long. Yeah, that could respond a little bit faster. So then I went for the foam that is called Black Eva Mix. The racket is a little bit less flexible, which is something I enjoy. However, when we have given this racket to amateur players, like recreational players, they have a little bit more struggle with it. Also, there are players that like it. Like, for example, we have players that come from tennis background. They really enjoy this racket as well. But I mean, both are nice.
And this racket is also used by top SPT players. So don't take it wrong way that if you are top, you have to play with that. It's about what you like.
It's a styles at the end of the day, yeah. But I mean, for me, I'm someone that plays very tight, very stiff here. I have a very small backswing, so I needed something that when let's say that I'm a player that counterattacks a lot. So when they attack me, I need something that that is able to hold the ball, but at the same time give me some response. And then the beauty of this is that I also have a lot of control because I'm a completely defensive player. So I need a lot of control. I need a racket that when I touch the ball, I can feel how much the ball is going to travel, how high it's going to go, how many rotations I have put on the ball. I mean, have an idea of when I want to slow it down, when I don't. So I, believe it or not, I get all those feelings with this racket, with both of them. But I play with this one because for me, I needed a little bit of a extra hard point on my racket.
And to my opinion, what does that extra little bit do? Because we said that the foam in this Ruby model is stiffer. Now that we've produced enough rackets, we can say that the Ruby is always 3-4 grams heavier than this one. So this one goes around 355, and maybe this one is more 359. That would be the average weight. And then some people describe this a bit more top heavy, but it's just because the foam is stiffer. So, there's more weight at the top, but we are talking about 3-4 grams. So to me, I don't feel it
not
top
even,
heavy.
Maybe a couple of grams, yes. Yeah, but we weigh our own rackets.
Yes.
I mean, when you receive it, you have the exact weight of the racket. But this is why I think the bigger brands that produce in big factories in China or whatever, they are not going to be weighing the racket for you. So they have come up now with the racket is between 360 and 380. They give themselves a 20-gram margin or even 10. Yeah. So why? Because again, it doesn't depend on, this one, the customer say 340. I'm going to put this, program it and make it 340. No. It's not like this.
And then I want to finish the video because we get a lot of questions also that what racket do you recommend? It's not that we are against any brands, but the truth is that we didn't like any rackets. Like I could never find a perfect racket, and I was just testing others and others and others. So for us, we don't even want to try other rackets. Like I like this one. I love it. Like.
Yeah, for me it was yes. I mean, maybe you're wondering now what were you looking on that racket that you don't like, that you couldn't find. For me, I'm not even that picky. I just need something that feels balanced, which I had a very hard time finding something that is well balanced. Not that they tell you that the racket is balanced. No, that it feels that is balanced. And then something that gave me enough power that I don't feel like when I hit, I'm hitting with a baseball bat, like so stiff. Yeah, like the Babolat ones, for example. I don't like them. Then the Adidas one, it feels like I'm hitting with a pillow. I hate it. I don't like it. It's like a drum.
Some head ones, and they get
the head ones were nice. The feeling was nice, but I mean, imagine I broke many just feeding balls. I mean, that was unthinkable. Like. It was so bad that it was funny. I didn't even complain. But imagine that I broke the racket teaching. So imagine what a marketing for the customer in front of me watching that. Like, oh, it broke. I mean, it's ridiculous. And for me, the biggest thing was that, I have had many sponsors throughout my career. And to me, they are a pain in the ass. I mean, on one side, they are like, okay, I'm going to give you 2 shorts, 2 t-shirts, 2 rackets, and 1 bag. And if I'm lucky, I get some wristbands. Okay. And then, they expect me to wear always
Yes.
their brand when, I sometimes use 5, 6 t-shirts a day. Then when a racket broke, because I only have 2, and sometimes I like to use both, so they are, the foam and the materials get in their perfect point. If you use it, the racket changes.
That's why you should probably, if you play a lot, buy 2 at the same time. So
or 3, or it doesn't matter. Yeah. I like to use my rackets, have them sharp. So then sometimes they both will break in the same month, and to get a new one, oh my lord! I mean, I was almost begging. So then I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I begging to these stupid brands and for what? For 2 rackets? 2 rackets, if I made them myself, it cost me 300 euros. And if I make 10 a year, which I don't use 10, maybe I use 7, then I don't need to be listening to anyone. And why you haven't posted this? And you need to do more social media and blah, 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 blah. So for me, it was the first motivation was to be able to tell everyone to back off and do my own thing. And then it's nice to be able to share this with other players, customers, people. So yeah, that's the story behind Tasty, really. Which one day we will tell you why the name Tasty, but I think it's very sweet and very nice and very catchy. So, but anyway, if you have more questions about the rackets, just let us know.
You can comment below, and I will happily answer to everyone publicly. So you don't have to DM me privately. But yeah, if you're interested, order one. We don't push this, but I'm sure you will be happy buying it.
Yes. All right, guys, have a good one.